The difference between being paid and being powerful. Most people measure success by one simple thing: how much they get paid. Salary, hourly rate, monthly income. If that number goes up, they assume they're moving forward. And for a while, that belief works. But then something uncomfortable happens. You meet people who earn less than you, yet seem calmer, more flexible, more in control. They can walk away from bad situations. They can say no. They aren't constantly anxious about the next paycheck. Meanwhile, you might be earning more than ever and still feel stuck. That's when the real question appears. What's the difference between being paid and being powerful? Because money alone doesn't equal control. And today, that difference matters more than most people realize. This topic matters because many people confuse income with control, and the difference only becomes visible when something goes wrong. Across the US and the UK, a large number of working adults are technically doing well. They have jobs, steady paychecks, and enough income to cover their expenses. Some even earn more than they ever expected to. From the outside, it looks like success. But beneath that surface, there is a fragile reality. Most people are paid, but not powerful. Their entire financial life depends on a single stream of income. One employer, one role, one schedule. That paycheck covers rent or a mortgage, bills, insurance, subscriptions, and daily living. As long as it arrives on time, life feels stable. When it's delayed, threatened, or taken away, everything feels exposed. This dependency creates a quiet form of stress. Even high earners feel it. They may earn well, but they can't easily say no to bad conditions. They can't step away to rest, retrain, or rethink their direction. Career decisions are driven by fear of income loss rather than long-term opportunity. Financial choices become defensive instead of strategic. The core problem isn't income level, it's lack of leverage. Being paid rewards your presence. Being powerful gives you options. Options to change roles without panic. Options to invest patiently instead of urgently. Options to slow down, pivot, or walk away when something no longer fits. Most people don't recognize this gap early, because being paid feels like progress. It feels responsible. It feels safe. But safety based entirely on one paycheck is conditional. And until that condition is tested, many people don't realize they were earning money without building real control over their financial future. The reason so many people focus on being paid instead of becoming powerful isn't ignorance, it's conditioning. From early education through most careers, success is defined in one clear, measurable way. Income. Get good grades to get a good job. Get a good job to earn more. Earn more to be secure. Power is never part of the conversation. One major root cause is how effort is rewarded. Jobs pay for time, presence, and compliance. You show up, follow expectations, and get compensated. That system trains people to optimize for short-term reliability rather than long-term leverage. The question becomes, how do I protect this income, instead of, how do I reduce my dependence on it? Another cause is the misunderstanding of risk. Many people believe building power is riskier than staying employed. Starting to invest, learning skills outside your role, or creating alternative income streams feels uncertain. Meanwhile, relying on a single paycheck feels safe. In reality, the risk is simply hidden. Dependency concentrates risk in one place, while leverage spreads it out. There's also a mindset issue around visibility. Being paid is obvious. Power is often invisible. Skills compound quietly. Assets grow slowly. Optionality doesn't announce itself. Because progress toward power isn't immediately rewarded or praised, people deprioritize it in favor of what produces quick, visible results. Systems reinforce this further. Corporate structures reward specialization, not adaptability. Social norms celebrate salary increases, not financial buffers or flexibility. Even conversations around money tend to focus on earnings, not control. None of this happens because people make bad choices. It happens because the system nudges them toward income and away from leverage. And without consciously pushing back, many people spend decades becoming better paid, without becoming more powerful. The shift from being paid to being powerful doesn't require quitting your job or taking extreme risks. It requires changing what you're building alongside your paycheck. Income keeps life running. Power changes your position. The first step is understanding leverage. Leverage means results that are not tied directly to hours worked. In practical terms, this starts with skills, not just technical skills that make you useful today, but skills that compound over time: communication, problem solving, decision making, and the ability to create value independently. These skills travel with you. They reduce how replaceable you are and increase how many options you have. The second step is ownership. Saving creates stability, but ownership creates choice. Investing, even in small amounts, shifts you from dependency to participation. Early on, it doesn't feel powerful at all. The numbers are small, the progress is slow, but ownership changes incentives. You stop relying entirely on someone else's decisions for your future. Another critical piece is margin. Margin is unused capacity, financial, mental, and time-based. Avoiding lifestyle inflation, building emergency buffers, and protecting flexibility give you breathing room. That breathing room is power. It allows you to make decisions based on strategy instead of urgency. Most importantly, this shift requires patience. Power builds quietly. There are no monthly rewards for reducing dependency, no applause for optionality, but over time, these choices change how you experience work and money. You move from reacting to conditions to choosing among them. Being paid keeps you afloat. Building power gives you direction. Over time, the difference between being paid and being powerful becomes impossible to ignore. In the early years, the two can look almost identical. Two people earn similar incomes, live similar lifestyles, and appear equally successful. But as time passes, their experiences begin to diverge in subtle but meaningful ways. Those who focus only on being paid often feel increasing pressure. Their income may rise, but so do their obligations. Fixed costs grow, lifestyle expectations lock in, every decision becomes constrained by cash flow. Even good opportunities feel risky because they threaten short-term stability. Change is postponed, not because it's unwise, but because it's expensive. By contrast, people who build power experience a different trajectory. They may not always earn the most in any given year, but they accumulate flexibility. Skills compound into influence. Investments begin to carry weight. Financial buffers soften shocks. Over time, they gain the ability to pause, negotiate, or pivot without panic. This is where financial freedom actually starts to show up, not as luxury, but as choice. The choice to walk away from unhealthy environments. The choice to wait instead of rushing. The choice to say no when something doesn't align. That freedom doesn't come from one big move. It comes from years of small decisions that reduced dependency. Time magnifies these differences. The longer you rely on a single source of income, the more fragile your position becomes. The longer you build leverage, the less dramatic your future decisions need to be. Power doesn't eliminate uncertainty, but it gives you room to respond instead of react. In the long run, being powerful isn't about control over others. It's about control over your own direction. And that kind of control is built slowly, quietly, and intentionally, long before it's ever needed. When you step back and connect all the pieces, one idea becomes clear. Being paid is not the same as being secure. And security is not the same as power. A paycheck solves today's problems. Power shapes tomorrow's options. Most people spend years improving the first, without ever realizing the second exists. This isn't a failure of ambition. It's a blind spot. Society trains us to chase income because income is visible, measurable, and immediately rewarding. Power is none of those things. It's quiet, it builds slowly, and it often looks unnecessary, right up until the moment you need it. The danger isn't that being paid is bad. The danger is stopping there. When income becomes the end goal instead of the starting point, dependency hardens over time, choices narrow, fear of disruption grows, even success starts to feel heavy, because there's no room to step back without consequences. Building power doesn't require dramatic moves. It requires intentional ones, small investments made consistently, skills developed before they're demanded, flexibility protected even when lifestyle upgrades are tempting. These choices don't feel impressive in the moment, but they change how you experience work, money, and uncertainty. Over time, power shows up as calm, as patience, as the ability to wait instead of rush, to choose instead of react. That's the real payoff, not status, not numbers on a screen, but control over your direction when life inevitably shifts. So here's the question to leave you with. If your main source of income disappeared for a while, what would you still have working in your favor? And more importantly, what could you start building now, quietly, consistently, that would give you more options later? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you feel more focused on being paid, or on becoming powerful? And where do you think real financial power actually comes from?